Hey everybody, welcome. Sorry I was not super early getting here. I had another meeting that ran late, but I'm here and you are here. We've got some folks. I'm going to give everybody maybe another minute to come in, but I think I just wanted to, I was perusing our Facebook group and I think people had a lot of questions about, things have slowed down and things are actually expiring now. Which didn't used to happen before in the last few years, probably, and how to handle those expired leads. And I think even for sale by owner, you could probably take a lot of this knowledge and put it in that direction as well. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about some best practices for expired listings leads and build a campaign for those leads to put those leads on to let kind of kvCORE do that. How to set up your automations for those leads to just really get the best result there and kind of go from there. So I will get started. I'm gonna open up my kvCORE. Oh, I'm not even in my own kvCORE. Hang on just a second. That's because I hopped from one meeting to another meeting. There we go. Let's check that out. Okay, here I am. So, all right. Well, let's talk about, I really would love to hear if you want to just stick it in the chat. If anyone is currently doing anything with expireds, kind of, you have a kind of a plan for them, anybody doing that or using any kind of dialing service for them or anything like that? Anybody? Okay. Cool. Well, a couple of options for you. So I know that there are some dialers out there. We obviously have a dialer that's in, in your kvCORE app. So if you want to throw all your expired people in here and dial that way, it's an excellent way to do it. I know other people want to do like the multi-line dialers, like Mojo, for instance. And I do know a lot of people that use Mojo for their expireds and their for sale by owner. And when they make contact, they switch them to a different, group, and that will trigger a zap to have them flow into their kvCORE. And I'm not going to go over that because I did do that in another, let's see if I can find it here. I did do that in another video. Well, here's one. Actually, this isn't the one I did, but this will go over it. I'll put it in the chat. But one of the triggers can be moving to a new group. And so, you can do it that way. So those are all kind of ways to do it. The other kind of things I wanted to give you really fast is I did some digging and I thought these were really good. These are not mine. These, I'm going to put these in the chat too. Oh, crud. Let's try that again. Everyone. I always do that. Copy. Okay. There's that video again. And then this is, for just talking to these folks on the phone. This is a free script from Tom Ferry. And this is a YouTube video of making expired calls that I thought was really well done. And they actually recorded a live call to an expired listing. So I thought I'd throw those in there for you guys if you want to grab them and have a look. But either way, once you talk to them, a lot of times, if you talk to them and can make an appointment, great. Like you don't need to do anything else. You need to go onto the appointment. But let's say that you talk to them and, they just got burned, they didn't get their house sold and they're not ready yet. They're taking it off the market. They're waiting a while. They're not sure. And you want to stick with them long-term. Or another option is you didn't call them at all and you just have a list and you want to throw them into kvCORE that way and do that. However, I will say that technically speaking, you're not really supposed to do that because you don't have their permission to to automate that stuff. So I'll just leave that up to your discretion. Okay, so I'm gonna say that the first thing I would do is I would say I'm gonna make, let's see if I have myself in here. First thing you want to do for your people is to, I think I put myself in here at some point. I did. Yay. The first thing you want to do for these folks is really get the automations dialed in. Because if you think about it, if you're have an expired listing, what are the 2 things that you want to know about all the time if you're thinking about relisting? You want to know if someone else lists near you, and you want to know what your house could sell for all the time. And those are really good things you can set up through kvCORE. So assuming you have an address for this person, which you should, the 2 big things I'm going to set up for them are property alerts. And for their property alert, I think it's very important that you make it very specific. So the way I do it is I draw it on a map. So let's see. Let me think about this, because I can't use my address because that's not the MLS this is tied to. Let me think if I can find a address that would be in this MLS. Give me just a sec. Okay, here's one. So here's one. And what happens is, can you send property alerts via text? Kind of not automated, but you can send it. I'll show you how to do that. So if you put in their address, what's going to happen is it's going to kind of zoom over to where their address is. But this is obviously very big. All you have to do is keep hitting the plus sign, plus, 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 and you will see Donna Amelia Drive. It will zoom right to it. You just have to keep hitting the plus sign. So for me, for this person, I think, and you're going to know because it's your area, what the best kind of area would be to draw this. Like what is, I think about it as like if you were doing comparables, like really what makes sense for this area. And so I would probably do something like this for this person and apply it and then set the alert. And there's actually 2, looks like it's the same property, but 2 things on the market already. And anytime that anyone lists in that very specific area, they want to know about it. You want to be the real estate agent to say that you're keeping an eye on things for them and you're going to send it to them. Is there a way to make a property alerts more specific within the search criteria? The system seems very limited on what criteria we can use to limit the houses the client receives. Let's see. Yes. So like if you're in here, let's go back. You can edit this to, I did it on the map, but obviously, like, let's say you only, they had a single family. So yeah, you would probably like, they don't care about this stuff. You would make it only single family. And, maybe you would make it very specific to what they had. Like, they had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. You could even do that if you wanted to make it more specific. You could even put the square feet in. The question about criteria, I think, this is all the criteria, and then there's a lot of other criteria like options down here. There's also keywords. So this is kind of where everybody's MLS is different. So you kind of have to know like what the category is in your MLS to find it. So like I was talking to somebody the other day that they want to do gated communities, and gated wasn't in there. see if it's in here. Oh, gated community is in there, but they had to search security options or something, which was what their MLS was. And then over here, it had like all of the, it had drop down of like gated and has a watchman and has this and has that. So it just depends on exactly what you're looking for. I would use your keywords to do that. The other option is that if you still can't find it, if you still can't find what you're looking for, the way kvCORE works is we kind of have a standard way that we interface with MLSs. And because of that, we have to be able to interface with all the MLSs all over the country. And sometimes like it's supposed to plug in like this, but it kind of plugs in like this. And some things are a little wonky when it comes to like super specific search criteria. If you talk to support and say, hey, I can't find X, Y, or Z, what you have to do is you have to get 3 examples on your MLS, like send them the actual MLS sheets so that we can see like where in your MLS we're supposed to be plugging in to get the information you're looking for. And usually we can add it to, you know, these keywords or add it correctly in here so that you can find that search criteria. I hope that made sense. Okay. Upload last Wednesday's section on signatures. I will do that. I'm a little behind on uploading stuff, but I will definitely get those. That was on my list for this afternoon, is to catch up on all the uploads for YouTube. Okay, cool. So this is what I would do, and I would get them set up on an alert that matches their house. It's very specific to their area, and then they're going to get a little like ping when something goes on the market, and it's going to come from you. And then the next thing I would do is I would set up a listing valuation for them. And you just type in their address, find it, and save it. And when it sends out, $2 million. Whoa. You could actually send this, and I can show you what it looks like. The other thing I had been saying is to send them a market report, but we just recently updated it to where the market report now comes inside of the listing valuation. So I'm going to just go back, refresh. It will give you, you know, what it is. And then it will give you the whole market report, you know, for the area with recently sold data and all that good stuff. So it's a really great way for them to see a snapshot of the market, and also, you know, see their home value, if that makes sense. And then they can also like click get started if they want. And I think it's supposed to go to your contact me page, because I have like what's the word I'm looking for? I have a kind of a dummy account. Can't really contact me through the account. Do notices and valuations get sent regular? Do we need to set up a smart campaign? So this will send once a month. If you want to send it sooner, you can always update it and send it if you want to. But that's not part of a campaign. It just does it automatically. So this is more of an automation. Same thing with the property alert, more of an automation. Oh, and let's go back to here. Like someone had asked about texting. So it does not send the automated text through the system. But if you notice that you sent them you're sending them this alert, and like it'll say it actually like we sent these amount of properties and these, and if you see that they're not opening their emails, they might not just be opening your emails, and you're like, well, maybe I want to get them a little differently with a text message. So I don't have a phone number in here. Let's do that so that I can send a text message. Yes. So you can go back to your alert and you can just click text recent results. And so obviously, you know, I thought you might be interested in these listings is not what you want to say for a expired. You could just say, hey, just checking checking back in with you on your expired listing. Here's a few homes that have recently listed right near your home that are very comparable that I thought you'd like to keep an eye on. Let me know if you're thinking of relisting soon, right? And then you can send it out. And you could even put their name. So if you do the little squiggly parentheses, first name, comma. Okay. Now, one thing I want to mention that a lot of people have in their old text messaging is they'll put like, their name and their, their kind of credentials after the fact. And what we've done is in kvCORE, just to stay compliant and to cut down on text messages being flagged as spam, we're automatically putting your name and it'll say your name, it'll have dash and then your name and your company name underneath it on all outgoing text communication, unless they respond to you. So if they respond to you and you're having like a back and forth, it doesn't add it. But on stuff that, that they haven't responded to you yet, it's going to do that automatically. So you don't have to add that, and don't add that because it kind of looks double up. And I think a lot of people don't know that. And then you could just send that out and it would send the message to them. So that's how you would text them those listings. Okay. Notice, can we customize the valuation criteria? Not for this, but the next automation that I would highly recommend you do if you have it. Now, not everyone has Core Present. It's an add-on feature that your broker may or may not pay for you to have. I see it in a majority of accounts that I'm in lately, because it's usually, especially if your account is on the newer side, they usually bundle it in these days. But this is an automated, it's not automated, it is a CMA builder. I would absolutely do this. If you don't have this, and I'm sure you have some other kind of CMA builder, make that. And when we go through the making the campaign for these people, I'm going to make that as a step, as a task for you to do a very, very drilled in CMA to like kind of let them know and give them that information. And when you do that CMA, you can say something like, in the future, I'm going to send you an automation of what your home is worth. It's just an automation. But if you ever want me to come back and redo the CMA for you, I'm always here to do that whenever you're ready, and that kind of thing. So I would definitely do that. I'm not going to go through making this right now. If you have Core Present and you want to learn how to use it, I highly recommend on our dashboard in the training calendar, there is every Tuesday is the Core Present quick start and Q&A. So it teaches you how to use the tool. It's very, very cool. It's pretty impressive. I would definitely, if you have it, learn how to use that. So that's the other thing I would set up for them. Okay, so now let's go back to, we've got some automation set up. So even if you didn't do anything else, you're at least sending them what their home is worth, and you're sending things when things list around them, which are two pieces of information that they absolutely want to have. Then we're going to set up a campaign for them. So let's go to Smart Campaigns. And in the kvCORE library is actually, there is an expired campaign in here. I'm going to zhuzh it up here with you guys. So if you go to the kvCORE library and search for expired, this is the one that is in there, and you can add it to your library. And so then if you go back to your library, that is your own, and get expired, it's going to be right there. So what I'm going to do now, this is This should be editable to you. And if it's not, you can clone it, but it should be if you're just pulling it in from the kvCORE library. If it's something that your company has in there already, you might have to clone it first before you can edit it. So what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do is obviously like you're going to want to edit your first email to make sense for however you're bringing these leads in. So if you're bringing these leads in after you've spoken to them, obviously you want to say something like, hey, it was great speaking with you. I know you're not ready yet, blah, blah, blah. If you're dumping them all in, this would be more appropriate, if that makes sense, to do that. So however you're bringing them in and whatever point kind of in the continuum you are, you want that first email to make sense for what they said to you. So let's just say that you're dumping everybody in, and I'll just kind of work off of that assumption here. So we have one saying, you know, I saw your house came up the market. It's a great place. I've shown a few houses looking in your area. Can we talk? Again, I wouldn't, if you have, going back to the Lisa's question about, we did do a session last week about setting up your signature. And if you have your signature already set up, I would take all this gunk out. Uh-oh. And then you're going to have to rename the template. So, or you could just say, you know, best and your name, whatever. And you're going to rename the template to say, you know, whatever you want. Now, whenever you're making a template that's yours, I always say, put your initials in so you can find it again. First, save it. And then you can also do a text message to them. Now, again, these are old. I would take this out. Agent with office name, because it's going to be there again, like I said. But you could say, hi, first name. You could just introduce yourself really quickly. Especially if you've never talked to them before. This is agent first name with, and you could put your, you know, your company, but it's going to put it here. So just so you know, you could do that. I'm not going to actually do that, but we could. Do notices and all right. Could you take a second to show us where to set up signature? Yes. Let me finish this and I'll do that. I've been showing my clients a few places near you. Can we talk about getting your house on the market? Okay. So again, expired first text, save. So the way I'm going to open a new tab so I don't mess up what I'm doing. Basically in your signature, if you go up to your name and you go to your profile and you edit your profile, your signature is right here. So there's all sorts of ways to update your signature. And I will put that, I'll put that up on YouTube. And when I post this one to YouTube, I'll try and put that in the, if you're watching this on YouTube later, I'll put it in the description, a link to that on how to do that. I mean, you can just write in here your name and all your stuff, but you can put pictures in, you can put social media in, there's ways to do all that stuff. And then, so if you just click on this right here, once you do it, then it will go out every time you send an email, your signature will be on it. Okay. So, and then obviously you want to call these people. So there's a lot of calls scheduled within here. But the one thing I'm going to say is I'm going to add a task. Add action task. Probably, I would say you want to do it within the first 3 days. Send a CMA do this to, actually you can do to, send the CMA to their first name. So HB, send CMA. I've also had people say, oh, they'll drop it off by somebody's house. You could do that. If you do core present, it's an online link. So they click, you can just send them the link, they can click it. And you actually, it's very cool. You get like a heat map back, see what they clicked on, what they looked at. You can ask questions at the end, like, hey, what's your time frame or whatever kind of thing. Send CMA. Heather. Okay, save. So now we have that task in there. I'm just going to go through these and checks, like I said. Can I send you my 5 ideas for getting your house sold? You could do that. By later, what time would work best? Obviously, if you're going to do this, you want to make sure and call them. I don't know that I would put this in, or I'd actually take this out. You really have to call them. So I'm going to take that guy out. What was it? This one? Yeah, day 7. Remove. Bye-bye. So that's how you just remove a step. And so maybe on day 7, we want to do a different email. So I think some of the good things to say, and this is just, is this one right here. So before listing your property, it's important to take a peek at an area market report. This actually comes from the seller, one of my seller campaigns. So you could kind of change it. You could say, if you're thinking of relisting, it's important to take a peek at an area market report. Blah, 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 blah. Another resource, get your report here. And that is actually, if you just do this is what you want to do. I'm going to copy that. We're going to break this. So the link you want is, you could take the link off your website. So your link off your website would be here. And they keep messing with my account. Look, they put Disney World on there. Why? I don't know. You want to end it in market report, market-report.php. And that will go to where they can sign up for a market report. So for you would just want to put your URL in that, and you could then hyperlink it. Oh, where did it go? Here. I'm gonna right there. That's somebody else's. But what I'm going to do for this one, actually, instead of hyperlinking it, so that, because I'm going to send this to everybody, I'm going to give you the share code for this when we're done. We're going to do this. We're going to take this. We're going to take out the link. And I'm just going to do this. Get your market report. Why is it doing that? There we go. Get your market report here. And then you would do agent site URL / market report PHP. So you could either hyperlink it if you know what it is, not market report here. Happy to answer any questions you might have. Best. Actually, agent name, so I can give this to you. Agent first name, right? Hi. first name. And then I'm just going to say important markets info for your home. And we wanted to replace the day 7 agent to contact expired market report offer. Okay, we're going to save those changes. Then I'm just going to check in with the rest of this stuff. Edits. Look in your area. I think we've said that already. I think this is a good one, actually. This is a text. Oh, let's do a better one for a text. Here's a good one. So, ask them, can I stop by to take a look at your property? I want to get an accurate valuation for you. I could also set some marketing strategies. Now, obviously, a good time would be, there you go. HP rock, or we'll call it property visit. Let's save that. That's weird. Why do we have two? That and no. Oh, we just added one. Let's just take that out. Bye-bye. What does this email say? That's good. You really wanted to keep it. So yeah, I'm going to take this out. This is not a sphere. I don't know why our things do that. It just drives me crazy. Okay, so that's just 9 days. And so really, if you think about it, these people, they're, the market, it just came off the market. They're not ready. It might take a month. It might take a year. You really want to start making sure that you're following up with them long-term. So then I would start adding some actions in here. Like I would add an email at, where were we at? Day 9. So maybe do it at like a day 30 email. Ask them if you want to update the CMA. You could say, hi. Hey there. Hey there. Leads first name. I sent you a CMA about a month ago. And I'm sending you monthly automated valuations. This is a good time to tell them those valuations are just a quickie estimate. If you think there's been a real change in value, or you're simply just curious, I am always available to redo the in-depth CMA I sent you. Even better, if I could swing by and have a look at your property. Property, then the report could be even more accurate. Is this week good for you? Best agent name. Agent's first name. And then, so we're going to say from agent to contact. And then offer save changes. I think the other things you could talk about in here are, there's a reason why their house didn't sell the first time. We got to figure that out. And so you could say something like, you could do a text message at day 90, no, day 60, and say, first name. Any thoughts on why your home didn't sell? I've seen the pictures and it looks like a great property. I'd love to share with you some ideas what I could do differently to get your, I'm gonna fix all those spellings, I promise. Home sold this time around. When's a good time to follow you? You always want to ask them a question. Hey, I need you to respond to me, dude. Pictures. Looks. Oh, looks. Right. From agent to lender. I didn't sell text. Save. Things like that, and then I would seriously send them something once a month, like keep adding more stuff. So let's do another one. Let's say, actually, I did this one on ChatGPT this morning. Hang on. Set that. Insert format. Oh, clear formatting. So there you go. When you're copying, pasting things in here, sometimes the formatting comes out. So you could say, hi. Oh, first name. So my team and I have a strong track record of successful sales in your area, blah, blah, blah. Know your thoughts. Timeline. First agent, first name. And so, what do we want to say? That the looking for a different result. What did I say? We were on 60, 90. 90 agents. And save that. And then I'm just going to do a quick little plug in here. If you wanted to, you could also make an email and use the advanced editor instead. So if you have BombBomb, which is our core video integration, I highly recommend sending them a video message. In fact, I would do a lot of video messages through the whole thing. If you think about it, they have to shop around for a new agent. And if you can put your face with the name and they can feel like they get to know you when you do call in, when those check-in calls, they might be more apt to answer the phone. They might be more apt to talk to you because they feel like they know you already. If you don't have it, you can do video here and you can put in a video URL for Vimeo or YouTube. So you might want to do like tips for selling your home or tips for an expired listing or those kinds of things. If you can make a few videos like that, I highly recommend putting them in here for you for those people. The other thing you can do is if you have well, this wouldn't be part of a campaign, but it's just a thought I had, that you could pull every time you sell a house, pull up your all of your expired people. So bring them in with a expired hashtag and do a mass email with a video of you saying, hey, I just sold another house. I can get your home sold too. You know, we've got this great track record. This is a home we just sold. If you want to see it, link out to it. We sold it in 3 days or whatever it is you want to say about the house selling. Those are all good things to do. If I already had BombBomb, can I just link that account to this feature? Or would I have to pay a second subscription fee? I get this question a lot. And what you have, this is how you do it. What you have to do if you already have BombBomb is you have to go to BombBomb and you have to change your login to match the login you log into kvCORE with. Then you go into the marketplace in kvCORE right here. I'm going to do it in a new tab so I don't mess myself up here. And it is right here. And you're going to go ahead and actually have it already, so it won't do that. But you would learn more, you'd sign up, you pay for it. Then once it's paid for, you call BombBomb and you let them know that you bought a core video account and you want them to transfer your library. So they will do that and they will end your billing with them. Then you'll be billing with us and they will do a transfer for you. So all of your videos that were in your old BombBomb account will now be transferred over to your new kvCORE core video account so that you don't lose any of that stuff, if that makes sense. So that's the easiest way to do it. If you don't change that login at the very beginning before you do anything, it can still be done, but it gets wonky and like BombBomb has a hard time doing the transfer. So that's how you go. Okay, cool. So those are just some things I would think about doing. And like I said, I would just keep adding it on, just keep, asking questions and put these people out a year. You never know. They might decide later and you can really stick with them if you want to get it done. I'm trying to find a couple other ones we can do. I just had written some other ones. This is one I stole from someone else's. So put this in at day, what was that, 90? It's 90 plus that, 120. Actually, I wanted to do a text. Day 120. You could just tell them you have some kind of strategy that you're using. You're selling it, would you like to know more? I'd love to talk to you about it. Again, you can leave your first name in there actually if you want to. It's still going to put your name and email down there. Okay. Contact. Save. All right. So I would also probably sprinkle some calls in here. You know, you maybe want to call them at day 100 or something again to check in. Call day 100. Expired. Check in. This. Use their name. I'll go call and see what's up. Right, things like that. So I think this is a great jumping off point for you guys. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to share this campaign. Actually, I'm gonna rename it expired success meet up starter campaign. Next, finish. And now I'm going to share it with you guys. And I will also put this in the YouTube description, but I'll put this right here if you want to pull this in and start doing that going forward. So I know that was forever, but we kind of did it step by step. But I think this is a good starting out point for anybody. Does anyone have any questions for me, either about what we did just now or anything kvCORE related? Anybody? Okay, well, while I'm waiting to see if anyone has any questions, I just want to let everyone know that I usually do these on Wednesdays. Next Wednesday's class is canceled. We have a big meeting that we're all going to be at, trainers and me, and we don't have anybody to cover it. So we're, I think, still doing Tuesdays and Thursdays session is still on, but Wednesday session is not on, and I will be on 2 weeks from today. You'll see me back here to do more stuff. And if you guys ever have any ideas for topics or things you want us to cover, you know, throw it, tag me, Heather Bowden, in the Facebook page and say, hey, do a success meetup on this. I really want to know about it. And I'm happy to do it. Would I still be able to use my BombBomb with my traditional Gmail if I were to get core video through kvCORE? Yes. You, there's the difference between BombBomb with us and BombBomb regular is you still get a BombBomb account. You can still upload videos to your account. You can still integrate it with your Gmail and send out just regular Gmails that way. The thing that you lose is the contacts that are in there and the templates that are in there, because theoretically speaking, you should have your contacts in kvCORE and you should be making the templates in kvCORE. So you don't need that capability in BombBomb because you have that capability in kvCORE. So that's the difference there. But yes, you still can. I do it all the time because I have it for free because I have to demo it, but I put it in my Gmail and I send out little videos in my Gmail all the time. What happens when you change the template within the campaign? I'm afraid that people will receive a duplicate communication whenever I duplicate. What happens when you change the template within the campaign? I'm not sure what you mean by duplicate. Duplicate the whole campaign. Here, Kim, I'm going to let you talk because I'm not exactly sure what you mean. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's when you first started and you started with the expired, you duplicated it. You put it, I'm sorry, you put it in your area and then you changed the template. You put your initials on the template name. Those is concerned that they may get two of the communication, the default communication that was already going out, plus the one that you changed. Does that make sense?
That does make sense. And you just want to, and it did happen. I don't know if you remember that I had a day 9. Well, why is there 3 day 9 things? I'm gonna mess with this. So that when you guys get it, it won't do that. But I don't know if you recall, like I had duplicated it and then I had 2 day 9s and then I just deleted the one I didn't want. Just make sure, like if you edit this is the one this one was there. What was it? Was it day 9 or did I put it in day, or was it day 7? I think it was day 7. I had 2 of them. So this is the template they're going to get. They won't get any other template than this one. So as long as on day 7, you only have 1 email going out, that's all they're going to get. So just have a look down and make sure that they're not getting, 2 emails on the same day. Then you should be golden.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Anybody else have any questions? We can create a second website within kvCORE. Is that a possibility? Yes. If Marketplace. So if you go to Marketplace, it's called a market specific site. And so what it does is it gives you another website. You get to choose the domain for that site. So I've had people do it where like they, for instance, like I have like here I'm in Portland and we have Portland and Vancouver very close to each other. So I've had people, their site's all about Portland and they want to do another site that's just about Vancouver. And so they, have a separate site for Vancouver. Or I've had people who are like, oh, they specialize in something like probate, or they specialize in like, 55 plus stuff, or, seniors real estate specialist or whatever. And they want like a URL that's specific to that. And they want to change the stuff on their website that's very specific to that. If you do that, I think it's really cheap. Actually, it's only like, it's like $14 a month. Then you can do that. And so you'll have 2 sites, but then anybody that signs up from either site will still flow in to your kvCORE, if that makes sense. So yes, you can do that. Anybody else? You're welcome, Delisa. You're welcome, Brilla. All right, well then I will shut her down because I have getting phone calls from my kids' school, so I'm gonna call them back. And we'll go from there. So you're welcome, Eric. We will see all of you guys. Hopefully, come see me in 2 weeks on Wednesday. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their week. And so we'll shut down. Take care.